Hi, everyone. Welcome to day 18 of Math 133. Today, we're going to cover the Chapter 8 project. Okay. So a couple of announcements before we jump in. Um, so uh, Last time we talked for the Chapter 7 review worksheet, make sure you turn that in. The Chapter 7 project, the deadline for that got pushed out to today, so make sure you get that turned in as well. Make sure you do the lecture notes. So 8.2 lecture notes. Try to get those done before tomorrow because Cindy is going to be using that material for Wednesday's class. Um, and by the way, with the lecture notes, you are welcome to work ahead on the lecture notes. So I'm still rearranging like worksheets and projects, but all the lecture notes are in the right spot. And you don't need to wait for me to tell you to go on to the next lecture notes. So even though we haven't assigned it yet, you are welcome to start working on the 9.1 lecture notes and turn those in. It's easy to fall behind in this class, and the material that we're going to be covering uh, is now going to be, like I said before, we're going to be moving a little bit slower. So you're only going to get a couple of lecture notes assigned each day, but the material's a little more complicated. So definitely pay attention and try not to fall behind. Okay. Um, the lecture notes, like I said, you're welcome to work ahead on those. Um, you especially don't want to turn those in late because you lose points if it's late. Okay. If you can't attend the Zoom, make sure you go to the weekly discussion board and fill that out. We are in week 10. So if you come to one of the Zooms this week, you don't need to worry about that. But if you miss both of them, make sure you fill out that discussion board, okay, for week 10. Our final exam is on December 11th, okay? So make sure that you have that time put aside. Just like our midterm, you can take that final exam with me on Zoom in the morning from 9 to noon, or in the evening from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. Or you can also take it at the testing center. The testing center on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday that week. If you do take it on Friday, December 12th, um, be aware that they're going to have shorter hours. So their hours are 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But if you ran out of time on the midterm, then you might want to consider taking it at the testing center, because at the testing center you can have as much time as you want. Okay. All right. So, um, last announcement is today is Tuesday. Next week on Tuesday, we're going to be doing our candy project. So the candy project next Tuesday, you're going to need to buy some M&Ms and some Skittles. Okay. So, if you take your kids trick-or-treating, maybe you'll be able to use some of that. Um, or if you go and you buy some, if you want, you can wait till like after Halloween, like sales. Um, but anyway, so next week on Tuesday, we're going to be looking at the candy project, and you need to have some M&Ms and some Skittles. Um, so how much do you need? So for the M&Ms, uh, well, for both the M&Ms and the Skittles, you're going to need more than the normal size bag. The normal size bag is 3 ounces. So if you buy one that's 5 ounces or more, you're good. Um, I bought one that was 9 ounces for each of them. Uh, if you buy some of the small ones, or like I said, you go trick or treating and you get a bunch of the fun size ones, you can just mix them together. So you can open like a couple of the small ones. You'll need about 5 of the fun sized packages. They're each about an ounce, so 5 ounces would be good. Um, for the M&Ms, it doesn't matter what they are. They could be peanut or regular or You could even mix them if you want. Um, but they have to be the regular colors. So you can't get the Halloween ones, which are just orange and black, right? Um, for the Skittles, they do have to be the red bag because we need a little bit of overlap in the colors between the M&Ms and the Skittles. So you can't get like the wild berry ones, which are like, I don't know, they're like purple and pink and stuff like that. Um, for chapter 11, we're going to be using this data from the M&Ms and M's and the Skittles for chapter 9, 10, and chapter 11 projects. And the chapter 11 project, we need to be able to see an overlap between the two. So where the colors are the same. Okay. Um, and so you know, I was mentioning like you need to make sure that you buy enough. And we're going to talk about why that is today in chapter 8. Um, when you are uh, creating a sample, when you're doing a random sample, your sample needs to be large enough in order to be able to use the central limit theorem. Okay. So we're going to talk about the central limit theorem today. That's chapter 8. That's the core concept in chapter 8 is the central limit theorem. And the central limit theorem, as you can tell by the name, it is central. It's very important to statistics. There's a lot of things that you can do in statistics as long as you satisfy those central limit theorem requirements. So one of the requirements is that your sample size is large enough. And so that's why I'm saying like, oh, you can't have a fun size bag. You can't have just a regular size bag. It's got to be like 5 ounces or more because we need to be able to satisfy that requirement. Okay. Now, if you do buy a small bag and or you don't have enough, that's okay. So you're still going to be able to do the project. You're still going to be able to get 100% on it. So if you can't buy a large bag, that's okay. Um, but try to if you can, because your data will be a little more reliable. Okay. We'll talk about that also today with the chapter 8 central limit theorem stuff. Okay. Um, okay. So that is for Tuesday. So for today, though, let me go back what we're doing. And so you're going to need to make sure you have your own bag. You can't just copy my numbers. So I bought some M&Ms and Skittles, and I've got them set aside. I'm saving them so kids don't find them and eat them. Um, but for all of the projects, you get a chance to work with your own data, with real data. Okay. And so your numbers will be different from mine, which is going to be the case for today's project as well, Chapter 8 project. Your numbers will be a little bit different from mine, which is fine. The projects give us a chance to try, hands-on stuff, okay, as opposed to the worksheets where you're just kind of copying the answers that I have. So, all right. So, I think that's all of our announcements for today. So we are going to jump into the Chapter 8 project. If you, in Canvas, if you click on the Chapter 8 project, there are two links in Canvas that we're going to need. Um, one of the links is going to take us to uh, the Google document where we'll fill in our answers. The other link is going to take us to a sampling distribution app, which is actually in StatCrunch. So you don't need to sign into StatCrunch, but so start by clicking on the Google document,